Welcome back to the High Speed Garage. Thanks to Contrast Printing and Riverson Radios for keeping this garage open. How's it going, boys?
Good afternoon.
I'm okay, but I got a bit of Michael Douglas throat, so this episode's going to be interesting.
It's just getting better and better as winter comes in.
The joys of a big weekend.
Yeah, I think it started before the weekend, but anyway.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of winter at all.
I'll blame the weekend.
How do you boys feel about working in winter? I think it's shit.
I wear a heated jacket.
I'm pretty
Fingers?
lucky. I work inside houses, so...
How do your fingers go? Like,
I got gloves
Joel,
on.
you got gloves on all the time?
Yeah.
And with working in shit spots, fucking gloves don't seem to work very well.
There's good. They got good. Black gloves are pretty good.
Yeah, I've got a
Thin
box
ones.
full of them
not
in the
the
truck.
The fucking
Yeah, the proper mechanic ones. I've got like ribs and shit.
real thin ones.
Rib for my ability.
Good for your pleasure.
Yeah, no, that like I tear them off all the time. One job, I'm going through 3 of the bastards.
Nah, not
I
them
hate
ones.
gloves.
Not the surgical ones. You can buy the thin.
Yeah, the latex.
They're not latex.
They're like a
no, they're
material, and
different.
they've got like a
grippy fingers and shit on them.
yeah.
Yeah. They work all right.
I don't
not
have
not
to
a fan
wear
I just
gloves.
don't like them. Don't like them for
I've
weekend
never
anyway.
liked gloves. I've always had claret hanging out of my fingers most jobs, so I just deal with it.
When we were working at WestTrack, I had... And
You had to wear gloves.
Well, when I was kind of... I don't think I was living down here, but I was down here most weekends, and I was driving like back up there Monday morning, like straight to WestTrack. And I had that little shitbox Festiva. Remember the one you pulled the fucking hubcaps and shit off and put on your roof?
Good photo.
Yeah, well, that car, when I bought it, it had like a heater in it, and something's happened. I've ripped the fucking thing on the dash or something one too many times, and I think I took the fucking thing off the back of it.
Yep.
So I didn't have heat no more.
Yeah.
So leaving down here, fucking early morning, and then it's fucking cold as fuck going up the fucking highway.
Put your microphone closer.
Hayden's too quiet. Yeah, no, driving up the fucking highway in winter with no fucking warmth in the car.
Oh.
I was driving to WestTrack with me gloves on.
I would have
trying to
been
keep
stopping
fucking
and working out how to switch the heater tap across.
I would have had to rip me dash off. They'd come off behind it. I could move.
I would have
the
been
thing
pulling the bastard apart.
and-
just
drive
that little
with the
fascia
windows up,
around it,
she's-
just-
she'd be right.
Rip it out. At least it works then. That thing was only going to scrap when it was finished anyway.
No, so I bought that thing for $800 after I wrote my last car off. Bought that for $800. Flogged fuck out of for like 2 or 3 years. Beat the cunt up massively. Sold it for $600 a day. It ran out of rego.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's not bad.
So it cost me $200 to bash it for 2 years.
Well, realistically, most people lose money when they buy a car.
When
yeah,
you,
yeah.
When
Well,
you
I
buy
did.
cars that
Lost
cheap,
200.
you don't really lose unless you fuck it.
Unless you wreck it.
'Cause
Yeah,
you can't, you can't
Like
keep going to zero.
How cheap do you make a car?
Yeah. People are always going to pay $1,000 for a car.
You can't even find like cheap ones these days, like ones that are a couple $100, unless you know someone. Look on like Facebook Marketplace, you won't find a car for fucking $500 anymore.
No.
Yeah, right.
I remember a fair few years ago we did a demolition.
Yeah,
derby down
I
at
remember
Mum's.
that.
yeah.
I was looking for a car for
So
that.
good. $500 limit. I was actually speaking to someone the other day. One of my mates, Corey, he listens into this, and we were talking about making an effort on that again, so we could have like a buy-in and everyone buys a car and takes it down there. But last time it was pretty relaxed with leaving shit down there. We just put a big pile and burnt the bastards.
She's a bit
But,
clean now.
Yeah, it's pretty clean down there now. So I think it'd be if you bring it down, you got to take it away.
That's pretty easy, but scrappies come in and go, yep, here's a car.
Yeah, if you can get a scrappy to come down,
Yeah, that's the good.
most of the time you can get a few of them, but we got to make sure that scrappy's ready,
Yeah.
picking it up on Monday morning or something like that.
Yeah.
Otherwise, Matt and Mum will be blowing up.
Sounds a bit like when we had Pugs' ute at Dargle.
Yeah.
Remember the old yellow one?
Yeah, they cut the roof off it.
got the old 9-inch out, cut the roof off, made her a convertible.
I have cut some roofs off cars.
We couldn't be bothered undoing the bonnet bolt, so we just hacked the hinges off with the 9-inch as well.
It was from the top of the bonnet, like at the plenum, all the way through. Didn't matter what was in the road, the whole lot got chopped off.
Steering wheel, the whole lot. The steering wheel was like so. It's like a Datsun or something, wasn't it?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
Had like this big steering wheel on it. Anyway, the steering wheel moved about 3 rotations before the wheels moved.
Oh, she was used.
Yeah. So we cut the top off the steering wheel and the bottom off, so it was like an aeroplane steering wheel. It just had 2 wings on the side.
Like a Tesla yoke.
You hit a bump in that thing, and it just ripped the wheel out of your hand and just spin like fucking. If you didn't put your hands out of the way, it just snap your wrists off.
that's fucking wild. I wasn't there for the first weekend when he's cut it off.
Oh yeah.
But then I was there for the second weekend when it sat in the paddock, and then we tried to get it going, and we were towing it with chains with my Navara.
Yeah.
And I was driving
with the clutch out in gear, trying to wind it up to get the engine to fire up.
And it was just dragging for ages, and then it finally freed itself up and started winding around. So it's diesel, and we got a fuel drum, petrol. Michael's over the top, pouring it straight down the fucking intake.
Joel's sitting in the driver's seat. So Pugs was in Joel's car,
and
Simon was in Joel's car, like towing this car with the chains. Joel's in the driver's seat with the steering wheel, following the car, steering while the thing's chugging over, trying to fire. I'm sitting on the dash because by this time there's no roof. I'm sitting on the dash with like a 20-litre fuel drum, just trying to tip it down the intake.
Petrol
as
into a diesel.
Yeah.
Petrol going everywhere.
Good idea. Yeah, good.
And it started firing.
It started like firing a couple of times, and after it does that a few times, the exhaust heat up.
Yeah.
Well, the intake's on the same side as the exhaust,
So
you miss the intake because you're going over bumps and shit and throwing your fuel around.
Heat up some petrol.
The fuel landed on the exhaust pipe, just went woof in front of me. All I seen was orange flames.
The whole car was just a
I just hoiked the 20-litre fuel drum, still half full of fuel. It's on fire too. I hoiked it out the car. I looked over to where Joel's supposed to be sitting. There's no Joel. There's just a seat on fire, and no one's in control of this car. And I just went, holy fuck, I'm out too, and I bailed as well.
It's just engulfed in flames. I was like, fuck this, I'm out. We're still moving.
Lucky Pugs was half sensible in towing the car and didn't just jam the brakes on it and slam it into Joel's car.
Just had a full loop and then parked it over the top of the fuel drum.
Where the fuel drum was on the ground still on fire, he just parked the ute over the top of that. We burnt
it
to the ground.
And Granny come down, fucking
blowing
blowing
up,
chunks.
Yeah, Granny wasn't real happy. The week before that,
We weren't sober.
the week before that was when we hacked it all up, when it got its roof cut off and fucking whatever else. Anyway, me and Simon were mucking around in the engine bay, and we've just disconnected the brakes. This is up at the house, and Pugs has got like this fence around the house.
Disconnected the rear brakes.
All
All of them.
Good idea.
All of them. So Pugs has got this fence around the house with like big timber posts that go in the ground, and we're trying to bend the doors off, so there's no doors on it. We didn't have the 9-inch up there. We only had that down the farm shed. So we're trying to bend the doors off, like just bending them around, just ripping them.
Steel's a lot stronger than what you think.
Yeah. So anyway, fucking Pugs goes, get the fucking way. I'll show you how to snap them off. So he jumps in the driver's seat and fires the car up and puts her in reverse and tries to snap it off on one of the posts. And as he's going down his driveway, he hits the brakes and going, oh, fuck, there's no brakes. Because no one told him. So he's hooked it and done a fucking U-turn and ran into a trailer of one of our mates that was there and jackknifed that trailer into the fucking car.
Oh, no.
Anyway, it didn't do too much damage to the car, but it did a bit of damage to the trailer. So we towed the trailer down to the farm shed, and we're trying to repair this trailer, so the mud guard down on the trailer, so you could tow it home, whatever. And as we're doing this, Alan rocks up.
Yep.
In the old Navara, and we're thinking, oh fuck, we're gonna be in trouble because we're being fuckwits and whatever else. Anyways, he yells out from the other side of the farm shed, "Hey Nudo, come give us a hand." Oh yeah, righto. I go over there. His roof's all stoved in on the Navara because he's gone to his mate's place and parked the car and left the handbrake off, and she's rolled straight for old mate's shed, and the roof's fallen down on top of the roof of the shed's fallen down on top of his car roof. So we got a bottle jack in there on the seat, jacking the roof back. The window's half smashed, jacking the roof back up so it looked like something you could fucking use again. Here we were thinking we were going to get in trouble, and fucking he's in worse condition than what we are.
We had the tablet cover off at one point too.
Yeah, that's right. Because we were trying to get it to fire up. We didn't know why it wouldn't fire, so we took the tablet cover. So while we're running around tipping fuel in the fucking intake,
There's
I've
oil,
got
fucking
oil all over
squirting
my
everywhere.
face and shit.
Yeah.
Trying to get a bit more lift. We took a couple of our stubby caps, jammed them under the fucking rockers, get a bit more lift, make a bit more power.
Problem is they wouldn't close then.
Yeah, it was a fucking funny day.
You know, the best we had with chopping shit off was had an old Toyota Corona, I think it was. We chopped the roof off that and then went and did burnouts up the next street over, so you could go through fire
What sort of car
trails
was
from Toyota Corona.
Corona? Yeah, they're sick.
Yeah, there was a couple
Rear-wheel
of
drive.
different names. Yeah,
Yeah.
we had.
Was it a wagon?
Yeah, it was a wagon.
Yeah,
This one. Yeah, we had Corollas, Coronas, and there's a Chimera. Yeah, Holden Chimera.
Holden Chimera.
That's
yeah.
the one. Yeah. Anyway, so no, it was a Toyota Chimera. Toyota.
Holden Chimera.
No,
Toyota Corona.
Carina.
Carina.
What the fuck was it called?
I don't
Not a
know.
Corolla. It
That
was
was
the
Camry.
There was a Corona.
Corona.
Yeah.
Right. Fucking coppers picked us up.
No roof on it.
But the best thing was he didn't do us in. He didn't do anything about it because he found us in Mum's paddock down the bottom and doing burnouts down the bottom again. We done it burnouts up the street.
Yeah.
All he did was pulled our distributor cap off. That fucked us. We were in the middle of the paddock, 2 Ks from Mum's house. Yeah,
So he took your distributor cap with him.
took it,
Fucking
Yeah,
chucked it in the
idea.
bin up top probably.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so that was the end of that.
He's obviously an intelligent copper.
Yeah,
Most
just
of
a
them these
bush
days,
copper. Yeah.
most of them these days wouldn't even know how
Wouldn't
to
know
fucking
how
do
to
that.
start.
No.
Yeah. No, so that was pretty funny because we didn't get in shit, but we didn't have a car
You
anymore.
had to walk home.
Yeah, fucking good times.
You guys had a bit of a weekend up at Newey, didn't you?
Yeah,
Went up there for Uncle Paul's funeral.
yeah. That was.
That was pretty good.
You say it's sad because he's not here no more, but fuck me, it was the funniest funeral I've ever been to, and I don't think one will top it.
Nah, you'll never top that one. Just these videos that he used to fucking post and stuff. Just
Normally, you know,
carrying on.
you have people and that crying in a funeral service or whatever. Even if you're not really crying, you know, there's some people just sort of wet eyes and
Emotional,
whatever.
yeah.
There was not one person like that in this one, eh? They were all pissing themselves laughing. It was like a fucking comedy show. Even the celebrant was silent,
Yeah.
eh? He
After the
come out after the video
videos and goes, I don't know what
montage
to
thing,
do.
and he goes, "I got nothing, eh? It's not very often I'm speechless, but I got nothing. I can't match that." He said that should be in cinemas. That's that show.
That was fucking hilarious. But yeah, then we just got on the piss for the rest of the day.
Yeah, got home late or early Saturday morning.
I backdoored at about midnight. No, 12:30, 1 o'clock.
As in, still up there.
Yeah. Ubered back to my brother's house.
One of us had this dumbass idea of going into town at fucking 1 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah, but look,
and all of us tag along because we're all idiots.
it's all a great idea at that time.
Yeah.
Fuck that. I ended up back down here to go to the next morning to go to St George for the AFPGP presentation
Yeah,
oh,
right.
yeah, that's right.
and AGM.
Is that a good setup?
Yeah, it was fucking brilliant. Fucking
so you've
food
got-
was mint.
So you've got the results of their AGM.
They just voted in Reese is back president.
Haha.
And I think a couple of positions changed, but not really. I think they're all pretty
Yeah,
much
right.
stayed the same. And then they put it over because they got to do some financial report towards the end of the
Yeah.
season. So
Yeah.
they bankrolled that over. Then they had the prezzo of who
Yeah, this
won through the
season.
year.
Yeah.
Reese won. Reese won the year. Will Parker was second, and Bricker was third.
Yeah.
So
right.
Granny got a trophy.
And Granny got Club Person of the Year. I'm pretty sure.
Has she won that a couple of times now?
No, that's the first one.
Oh, is it?
I think Rolf
think-
from Lucas Oil's got a trophy as well.
Only just like a sponsor thing.
Yeah,
Nothing. Yeah.
recognised.
Just a recognition.
It was a
thing.
recognition. Was it? Okay,
Yeah, it wasn't
righto.
anything. It's just a sponsor fucking plaque.
Yeah, righto.
It's heaps of them. They made Robin Parker life member.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, she does
That's
a fair
nice.
bit.
Yeah, she does. She's
Yep.
been doing it for a lot of years
Yeah.
too. She's the secretary.
Yeah.
But yeah, does a million other roles as well. But yeah, the food was
Nice.
like fucking phenomenal.
Yeah, St George Motorboat Club is nice food.
Yeah, they put on a really good feed down
I've
there.
eaten there a few times.
I don't know what we all had to pay. I don't know what we paid because Reese bought me ticket.
Thanks, Reese.
Yeah. But yeah, it was fucking beautiful. I had oh fuck, I can't think. Some vodka panini or something, pasta for an entree,
Oh yeah.
and then there was halloumi, fried halloumi and salad, which looked pretty good, but I don't like halloumi.
How can you not fucking like
I-
halloumi? Do you
what's
like
wrong
halloumi?
with you?
Too
Yeah.
salty. I don't like it.
You're a
Oh,
fucking
I've tried it
weirdo.
heaps of times.
Yeah, but you got to have it with the salad. You can't just
I've-
have the halloumi
I've
and then
tried it
do
I
every
the
can.
salad.
I can. I fucking.
I've tried it fried, baked. I've tried every different way. I just
I'll
don't
cook
like
half
it.
a block for me and the missus for dinner.
Oh, the squeaky cheese is so good.
Oh,
eh?
I
Yeah.
fucking love it. Cooking on the
Yeah, I
barbecue
love
is
it.
fucking perfect.
Then they had a steak. The steak was good, like a sirloin. They're only small, like a
Yeah, yeah.
standard fancy restaurant sort of shit. But yeah, it was a good night. And then the 2-hour drive back here, or back to Reese's house, was fucking average with roadworks and whatnot. But
Good crack.
it is what it is. Yeah, all in all, good weekend.
You know,
I got up Saturday morning, a bit rough because we got home fucking late, and I had my nephew's birthday party. So I think he's like, I don't know, maybe 10, 11, something like that. He decided he wanted to go go-karting. I was like, yeah, I'll be fucking in that.
I'm all for a go-kart day.
The go-karts up there, they're pretty cool. They're all electric, so you've all got full power, and they were nice. Like, normally when you go to some of the go-kart hire joints, you can get a good car and a shit
They're all
car. And,
most of them are all thrashed.
yeah, well, these ones were all nice. Like every kart that I jumped in was it was pretty good. Like it had a good, like it steered nice. It didn't slide weird. Like the tires were shit
Yep.
or something like that. The whole thing was good. Anyway, we only had 3 sessions, and there was only, besides me nephew and a couple of his mates, like I think there was about 4 or 5 of them. It was only me, my old man, and my brother-in-law. So anyway, I obviously come out in front after the first one, and they were both spewing, and they were complaining about their carts. I'm like, oh yeah, sure. So the second round, I got in a different cart, won again. I'm like, oh yeah, is there any other carts you want me to jump in? Or they hated it. But it's pretty good though. You go up hills and down, like go
Yeah,
up across and back down and
It's
shit.
been a lot of years since
There was
I've been
some-
there.
There was some fucking dodgy people in between our runs though. I seen
Yeah,
one.
rough drivers.
Oh, yeah, I'm not going to say their nationality, but when you go up the top, you go around, and when you're coming back down the hill, it's a straight run. And when you get to the bottom, you flatten out before you turn. So you flatten out, and then you turn, just like a 90-degree corner to go
Yeah.
around the corner. Anyway, this one group of people almost like steered coming down the hill from the top. You didn't have to steer; you just go straight. Anyway, he steered and he's fucking lost control, and it's skidded sideways. The next bloke after him seen him do it, so he's tried to steer as well, and he's skidded and gone sideways and slammed into him. There's about 5 of them that skidded sideways down the hill and slammed into each
Yeah,
other,
right.
blocked the fucking track at the fastest bit, like coming down the hill at the bottom of the hill. It's blocked, and I was like, "Fucking hell! How do they let these
So
people
they
on here?"
cause most of the incidents on the real road.
Oh, yeah, maybe. But I couldn't believe they were that rough. Like, me nephew, he's only like 10 years old, and the first session we went in, him and his mates, they all had a couple of spins here and there. We didn't really get too many clean laps in, but they obviously, which I copped that because they're fucking
Yeah.
10, they don't know. But the second session, there was barely any, so they obviously all learned
Yeah.
after the first time.
That's
Which is perfect. They
Progression.
were doing better than the fucking other people. And these were adults. They weren't fucking newbies. They would have been driving cars down the road. Anyway.
You always see that with go-karting, but people just either just obviously it's trying too hard or just think they're trying to do a skid or something cool.
Yeah, I don't know, but
He's drive around the track fast.
yeah.
I haven't been since we went for Josh's Bucks. Whenever that was. With me,
Oh, yeah.
me, you and Simon were there and we all
Yeah,
swapped
that
different.
was a while ago.
Between the 3 of us, we just changed each car.
So
each time.
this one up at Warners Bay, they've just started doing enduros. They've only had
Oh,
one
yeah?
so far. They started up on the Monday actually. Before
Yeah,
we went there.
right.
But they only do the 2-hour enduro.
That's all right. 2 hours is enough.
And well, fucking hell, I thought 1 hour was enough when we were doing it before. They do 20-minute stints too,
Oof.
and I was like, oh, that's a bit much.
Fuck, 20 minutes. A while.
But it's $300 a cart.
Yeah, I reckon we weren't paying much off that.
No, we were paying a bit less than that, but we never did the 2 hours. We only
No,
did
that
1
was
hour.
only the 1 hour. But I thought
Yeah, it was
still like,
$120, $130 or something for the cart for the hour.
oh, it might have been.
Yeah,
I was
if
thinking
we
that
did the
each,
2 hour
but-
one, it would have been something
Yeah,
like
you
that.
might have been right there.
Yeah, that's not too bad. Like if you split it up between 3 drivers
Yeah.
over 2 hours, you still get a fair bit of running time.
Yeah.
That's for $100. I think it was $70 for 3 8-minute sessions that we did.
Yeah, sounds about right.
So,
yeah.
Yeah, if you pay $100 and you get 40 minutes of fucking
Yeah, but you're getting a good session. You're not getting
yeah.
7-minute
Yeah,
session or
fun,
whatever.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But you only got to have minimum of 2. You can have as many as you like.
Yeah.
But it's minimum of 2. And they do the enduro. So if you want to, like if you've got 20 people, you can hire the 10 carts and do it all as your own group. But if you
like
don't
we
want
used
to,
yeah.
but if you don't want to, you can just when they throw it up on socials, you can just enter your team and pay you $300, and your team is entered. So there's like 3 of us, and we can enter against all other.
Yeah, yeah,
teams.
right.
And I was like, yeah, that fucking interests me, but it's just a shame that it's all up there. 'Cause
Yeah.
when we always race against our mates, like, yeah, that's all fun and shit, but it's cool to race against different people.
Yeah, it would be. When we were doing those enduros, that was so much fun.
Yeah.
Doing the pit stop, jumping in the car, putting your seatbelt on, and getting
Just
pushed back out the
Are
lane.
you
Swap
doing
all your
seatbelts as well?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Swap all neck braces and shit.
Neck
You
braces.
weren't allowed to get in the cart with like.
Your
I think
neck
you was
brace
only
on.
allowed with your helmet on. That
Yeah.
was the only thing you was allowed on. You
Yeah.
couldn't have a neck brace or anything like that ready.
These were high card enduros, were they?
Yeah.
copy.
It was an indoor one at Thornton.
Yeah.
So you race for an hour
we all
solid. The
went
track
there.
just goes
I
for an
remember
hour.
I remember going.
Yeah, you
there.
probably would have done
Yeah.
it with us.
I
Yeah,
don't know
not
if you
an
ever did the
enduro.
enduro.
Oh,
with
you
us.
didn't do an enduro.
No.
Yeah,
Bazza
right.
did the enduro
Yeah, I remember Baz doing it because
because he was with Ruffy.
he was fucking useless at the pit stops.
They just
He just
He
get
just
out
get
the
out and
car and
walk
walk off. Not swap his neck brace over. Not help push your mate out the fucking pit lane. Or
so if you were behind him, you're fucked because you couldn't get past it. Mate.
yeah, I was stuck there.
Yeah.
I think I was third. So he was meant to come in like a lap before he did, but he didn't. Anyway, he's at the front of the thing and he's just got out the car and pissed off. Ruffy's like, give me the fucking neck brace and shit. And then I'm like 2 cars back. I'm already changed and ready to go. And I'm like, fucking let's go. Ramming him and shit.
I think
Anyway.
was Hearn up there with us.
Yeah, I think he was. He'd been there a few times, so
Yeah.
he might have did one of them with us.
Yeah,
Anyway.
they were fucking good times.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah. Anyways, we'll get into a bit of sport.
Oh, I spent all weekend up at fucking Newcastle as well.
Oh yeah.
Did you?
I forgot about you.
Yeah, no, I was just gonna say I just I hung out in Newcastle, took kids
Let's
up
go to
there.
Pippi's.
Yeah, no, it was
Good.
good. Mad outlook there.
Yeah.
Pippies, what day?
Saturday lunchtime.
Fucking hell. Could have known you could have come go-karting. Could have brung the kids. Oh, they're
Probably
probably not.
could've.
They're probably not tall enough. You got to be 140 centimeters to ride those carts.
Yeah, right. 140's not that tall, mate.
Me fucking nephew only just made it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Fuck, I thought he'd been high. Oh, I suppose 140.
140 is pretty tall.
Yeah.
Think about it. It's only 40 centimeters lower than we
Yeah.
are. Yeah, I was surprised at the height, but anyway. It is
Yeah,
what it
right.
is.
Yeah, actually, that would have been mad.
Yeah, so you was at
Oh, well.
Pippi's.
Yeah,
Yeah,
took
right.
kids to Pippi's for lunch. It was Emma's birthday.
Oh, yeah, so you just drove to Newcastle for the day.
Oh no, I did an eye test up there as well. Specsavers screwed up my bloody eye test, and so I've got 2 shit pairs of glasses. So I went up to the people I get my work glasses off, and yeah, they said it was a shit eye test. So
Yeah, right.
yeah, I figured it was going to be that, but yeah, I figured I'd go to the person that's bloody making the glasses. Like I've got proper work glasses that, like, the glasses that I use are the ones that I can go into any job site, and if they require safety glasses, then I'm all good to go.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
So did you do anything else while you was there? Did you take them and show you where you used to work and shit?
No, I didn't spend that much time up there. We did that what's it called, the glasses appointment, and then took the kids to Pippi's, and then we did a bit of we found this just down the road from Pippi's. There's that massive kids playground.
Oh, yeah.
So we're there for probably 2 hours or something like that, and then
Yeah.
and then headed home and hung
Yeah,
out in the
right.
afternoon, and
What time did you leave?
probably got out about 2:30 sort of thing.
Yeah, I would have been after that. I started go-karting about 2:30, I think.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if we had something else to do, we probably could have.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
It's a nice spot up there, eh?
I loved it.
Yeah.
As
Because
soon
my
as I
parents
got
still
in
live there. Every time I go up there, I feel like I'm on fucking holidays.
As soon as I got in there, I
You
just
go past the
felt better.
lake, you look out at the fucking ocean and shit, and it's just like, fucking hell, I'm on holidays here. I'm gonna retire up there.
Man,
Me-
I reckon I could. Like, I love Newcastle. The whole time I lived up there, I was living in Stockton.
Yeah.
I absolutely loved it.
Yeah.
It's a different life on the lake, but compared
Yeah.
to like Stockton, it's
I
more
agree,
chill back.
but I was a bit of like,
Stockton's pretty good if you want to go nightclubbing and shit.
yeah,
Mm.
yeah, because I was
Ferry straight over, you're fucking
Yeah.
in town, you're good to go.
man, a mate of mine, Benny, he lived across the road from me. We'd pre-drink at mine and have massive barbecue and shit like that, and then just cruise down to the ferry wharf,
Yeah,
straight
yeah.
across, and you're straight away.
You're in town.
It does stop,
Ready
but
to
the
go.
ferry.
Yeah, I know, but you'd have the late night bus from Finnegan's.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah.
Bloody good setup.
Yeah. I'm gonna retire. I mean, Nan's looking at selling a house sometime soon. She wants to downgrade and go to something smaller, so I'm buying that fucker. I don't care what it costs me.
Yep.
I'm buying
That's
that.
good
and
That's a
timing.
good house.
I'll rent it out till I'm ready to retire and move up there.
Yeah, I'd love to get in the rental market as well.
Good house, good shed too. That one.
Oh, it's got a fucking monstrous shed. It's not too far from the lake. I probably won't need to register a trailer, like to a boat ramp.
Yeah, you will. It's pretty risky, but you probably get away with it running down to Lions Park.
Yeah, that's where I was thinking. Or I could just. It depends on what kind of boat I get. I might be able to get a mooring down the end of the creek there.
Oh, maybe. I don't
You're
know if there are
talking
any in
good-
the end of the creek anymore.
I'll
I haven't been down there for a long time, but
I'll pay some extra and just get one of those commercial ones at the boat joint.
you'd be better off getting one in Fennel Bay there in the where what's his name where Dad used to have their boat moored.
Well, I could if
Kingston down there.
if you're mates with the I
Actually-
don't even know what that shop's called anymore, but there's a boat ramp at the back of that shop into that creek. If you're mates with them, you could back a boat in there.
Which shop?
The one at the creek down Day Street.
Oh, the very end.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could.
Make friends with them. So
They're not open all the time, but
no, but I'll just make friends with them and give us a gate key.
well, they used to have a dog. That's where I started working.
Yeah.
Used to have a dog. That was a fucking long time ago.
Yeah, there's no fences between those two sheds now anymore.
No,
Pretty sure
because
it's
they
all
own it
open.
all, don't they?
Yeah. They have for a little while.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, let's get into sport. This episode is brought to you by Riverstone Radiators and Fabrication in Walker Street, South Windsor, specialising in automotive plant and transport cooling solutions. They can repair copper, brass and alloy radiators and intercoolers. Contact the office on 02 9627 4657. Local pickup and delivery service available to trade customers.
Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, righto.
Sport.
Fucking meow.
Alright, so had a bit going on. IndyCar was at Road America in Wisconsin. Alex Palou won again. Scotty Dixon, he's the Kiwi. He was Brisbane-born Kiwi. Scott Dixon, he was leading pretty late in the race, and they were banking on a safety car.
How do you get a Brisbane-born Kiwi?
You don't.
Well, Kiwi family,
He's fucking Aussie.
but Brisbane-born.
Yeah,
so,
righto.
He's born in Australia. He's Australian.
Australian. Well, it's the same as a Kiwi. Like, we claim Kiwis if they're any good.
Yeah. If they're shit, we don't know.
Yeah, they're just a Kiwi. Yeah, so he was banking on a safety car. Unfortunately, he had to end up running into the pits and get the splash and dash. And, he ended up P nowhere. Another Kiwi, Marcus Armstrong, he was in 5th. He's actually going pretty well this year. Scotty ended up in 12th and Will Power in 14th.
What's his name? Crashed. I've forgotten his name now. Crashed last week too.
Nolan Seagull.
24.
Fuck if I know. Is it
New Gardner.
New Garden? Yeah, he stacked out again.
Yeah.
Yeah, number car 2.
2. Yeah, right.
Scotty's car 3, and willpower is 12. So supercars went up to Darwin. If you have a look at the have a listen to the telecast, there's supposedly a couple of crocs up there. 3/4 of their conversation was about crocs and their bloody all their puff pieces and shit.
What was I? Sorry, I was reading something else about it's
And
Kai Allen's.
It was Kai Allen's first year there.
Yeah, apparently that's all.
Yeah, that's all they friggin' spoke about. Yeah, every year though, like they talk about, like there's puff pieces about crocs and like it's a mad joint to go, but surely there's a bit more to talk about than crocs.
I'm gonna try and go next year.
Oh yeah,
up there.
We do have some listeners up there too.
Yeah, my cousin lives up there, about 20 minutes out of Darwin.
I love the idea of that.
So he's chatting to him. He come down for the funeral and chatting to him. So he's on 5 acres.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with that.
He can drive his Polaris buggy to 2 pubs off the property without roads.
Really?
Yeah. So yeah,
I reckon it was mad. The Darwin event, they for a couple of years they actually joined up with the drag cars as well.
Yeah.
yeah.
They had
Top-
Superbikes up there as well, I think, at one point.
Same
Three
year,
things, yeah.
same couple of years. They had the super bikes and the top fuel drag cars. That was awesome. Like you're watching the race and like right next to the start finish straight, the top fuel straights,
Yeah.
like the drag straights there. It's a
It's a
it's
massive.
not a bad venue
It's a massive place for motorsports. From what Damien was
in
telling me,
Darwin.
he said they got mud runs there, like the
Yeah, the big.
Big-
mud.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
heaps of sprint cars.
Oh,
From
really?
there, yeah. Jamie Veal's from there.
Nah.
I'm sure he said Jamie Veal.
Nah, Jamie Veal's from Victoria. I know that he's my favourite sprint car driver.
That's what I thought. That's what I thought he said.
No, Jamie Veal is 110% from Victoria.
He might have said someone else, but yeah. Anyways, there's heaps of people from up there, and they're trying to get. I don't know if he meant the jet sprint boats or the tinnies.
Oh yeah, the what do you call them?
Jet-
What's their name?
Tinny runners.
Yeah, the
Titty bashes.
Yeah.
What do you call it? God damn
dinky
it.
dinky
Dinky
derby.
Derby,
Derbys,
yeah.
I think they were trying to get that up there as well because there's
Oh,
a
yeah.
good creek for that.
Yeah,
apparently.
righto.
He said, yeah, it's mental. Heaps of like the burnout.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
right there.
One of the top ones of the year up there, as
Yeah,
well as
yeah.
the
There-
red
there-
centre ones.
There is big ones up there.
The red centre.
So
and then
much money in
got
friggin' burnouts.
I know.
bring it over.
You
to
know,
promos.
the funniest thing about burnouts, they've got these engines that make a couple of thousand horsepower. You only need 500 to do
Yeah.
a burnout. You can do a sick burnout with 500
Yeah.
horsepower.
Anyway, so I'd like to, as much as past couple of weeks, when I'm talking about Brock Feeney and he's racing and I say, oh yeah, he's won again. Like the domination that he had up at Darwin, like he qualified on pole all 3 races and won all 3 races. As much as I'm not that big of a fan of him, I reckon that's pretty bloody awesome. Like yes, best team in the.
He's won up there for a long time too, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Pretty much
6
ever,
on
ever
the run, I
since he
think.
come to the main game, he's won.
He goes
Yeah.
pretty well up there. But look, like, yeah, I can't be a dickhead for the rest of my life.
Yeah, that is pretty impressive.
Yeah, I reckon that's pretty good.
Yeah. You can be a dickhead as long as you
Well,
want.
yeah, most people know me as that.
Good luck
race
growing out of it.
race 17 saw Cam Waters qualify beside Brock. Then in that one, on the start, first couple of laps, there were big bust ups. All the further restarts after that.
I watched that race 17.
Pretty shit.
They didn't get underway, like actual proper race, until like lap 12 or something.
Yeah, it wasn't
Because off the start there was
flash.
carnage, and then by the time they cleared that carnage, I think it was half a dozen laps in or something. And they went for the restart.
I thought they restarted. If they don't get a lap in, they go back to the starting grid, don't they?
Yeah, well, there wasn't. They didn't go back to the grid.
No, righto.
Yeah, and that poor old Ryan Woods fucking thing shit itself on the restart at lap 6 or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
he must have just leant on the throttle and the thing's just gone see ya. And because obviously with the restart you're not allowed to overtake before you pass the control line, like the start finish. So his car's shit itself, and everyone else is like on the accelerator trying to go, and they're like, "Fuck, we can't go past him." So they're all hitting brakes and shit, and then they're all causing heaps more carnage behind him. His car never got touched, never got a fucking scratch on it, and he's pulled up at the end, like down near the pit exit, and there's all this carnage that's happened behind him. There's wheels missing off cars and fucking everything.
Jack LeBrock wiped the wall.
Yeah.
Tore the front out of it.
Yeah, I thought, fucking hell, that's pretty funny. Your car just shits itself, you cause all this damage, and you get none.
I've seen videos.
And then by the time they cleared up all that crap, it was like lap 12 or something before they actually started.
Yeah. Oh, Cam Waters ended up getting second in that. And Matty Payne come third. Race 18. Anton De Pasquale start on the front row with Brock. That was his first pole with Team 18. In the race, Anton got his first podium, so he got second. And Anton De Pasquale, and then Kai Allen got his first podium for his supercars career. So it was Anton's first podium for Team 18, and Kai Allen's first podium for his whole career. And then race 19 saw Jack LeBrock started on the front row next to Brock Feeney. Kai Allen ended up in second at the end of the race with his teammate Matty Payne rounding out the podium. There was a fair bit going on, but yeah, I could talk about it for ages, but I'm only talking shit.
I watched a bit of race 19 as well. I missed 18 obviously because I was out during the day, but by the time I got home, I seen race 19. I watched the MotoGP as well. I watched the Moto3 race Sunday night because it was on pretty early. I think it was like 8:30 or something like that.
They're usually pretty good, aren't they?
Oh yeah.
You trying to learn how to start right on your bike?
No, I know how to do that.
You sure?
Yeah, it's not. when I'm paying attention, I do. Fuck you.
What's this about?
I forgot about it. Haven't you heard?
Oh, I was deliberately trying to dodge it.
Yeah, no, I want to hear the story now.
Fuck me nice bike. It was pissing me off.
Yeah.
The new one?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Fucking dropped it.
I completely forgot earlier.
You dropped it good, or just like dropped it in the shed, or dropped it right on the road?
No, I was riding on the road. But
Front wheel washout.
I just wasn't fucking paying attention.
Shit. Yeah, no, I knew nothing about that.
It was early morning. It was fucking a little bit dewy. Because I pull like me back shed where I pull it out the back door, and I sort of ride it round on the grass to go out the front shed to go to the road. Anyway, so the tyres were a little bit wet from the dew and that on the grass, and I was in a bit of a rush and I wasn't fucking paying enough attention. And just up near my house, I was only a couple of corners from home. They're like, you know how they fill the road with like the tar, and it's like that
shiny
squiggly
shit.
line shit. Yeah. Anyway, there's a few of them on that corner there, and I hadn't put my visor down on my helmet yet. I was just still working my way into getting on the fucking bike. Anyway, I've gone around this corner, and I think I know. After I've looked at it a few times, gone around the corner, I think I know what I did. Normally, I'll go onto the wrong side of the road there because it's a bit of a sharp corner, and then sort of hook back into my lane and go up that road. But because I was fucking around getting on the bike because I was in a rush, I was wide on that first part of like the little chicane. So I had to turn tight in my gutter, and I may have also hit the throttle at the same time, but the front definitely washed out. Anyway, it went over those fucking slippy bits on the road, and it just fucking went boom straight up from underneath me and fucking skidded up the road. And now it's all scratched and fucking.
Is it easy fixable or?
Yeah.
Fair
There's
bit of damage,
nothing
or?
wrong with the bike. I could keep riding it. It's just scratched and it looks fucked. And
Yeah, but the plastics are buggered, or you'd be able to fix it with stickers.
Nah, the plastic. Well, they're scratched. I could paint the plastics, but
You rub back and fix them up.
it'd be way easier just to buy fucking new ones and put new stickers and shit on.
Oh, that sucks.
But yeah, it didn't scratch too much shit. But anyway.
I completely forgot about that.
Thanks for the heads up. Good job, Joel.
Anyway, I'll be racing Moto3 in fucking no time. Yeah, so the Moto3 race, yes, they are pretty impressive, Aiden, because they don't
fall off.
They don't generally separate. So the MotoGP, you get a few laps in, people start to pull gaps and whatever. You got to sort of wait for a tyre or something to wear out before a gap will start to get closed and whatever else in the MotoGP. But Moto3, they're all together. And so I think on the last lap, there was 12 bikes that could win the Moto 3 race. They were all
That's a good race to watch.
yeah, they were all together, and then there was only like a 5-second gap to like the next 6 bikes or something like that. And the Mugello circuit, it's like a really big long straight, but it's not really sort of straight. It is, but it's got like slight bends and shit in it. And anyway, when they get to the point and they're all slipstreaming like the Moto 3 guys, they start to pull out of the slipstream and they go like fucking 6-7 bikes fucking wide going into a corner because like they all catch each
They're
other.
just trying to get in there.
They're going across like into the pit lane exit and all that sort of stuff to go past everybody because they're all bunched together. So yeah, the Moto 3 race was pretty sick. The Moto GP, I watched the sprint race and it was the same result. Marc Marquez wins. Alex Marquez runs second. I can't remember who ran third. I think it might have been Bagnaia. I'm not sure.
Did they run a sprint race there?
Yeah. That was the sprint race. So then, after that, I turned. It was funny because I was watching it in replay because I watched this on Monday afternoon, Monday night. So I watched the sprint race because the missus isn't really into the sprint race, but she doesn't mind watching the GP. So I watched the sprint race, and I watched it in my media room on the projector because I can just plug the laptop in. It's easy. Watched the sprint race. It was all good. I turned my projector off. We went out, had dinner, whatever, had showers, and then she wanted to watch the GP. So we went in, and I just changed the KO on the laptop to the GP, and I just fast forwarded it to like the warm up lap when the warm up lap had started. And then I turned the projector on and whatever else, and I pressed play on the laptop. And as the projector's warming up, it's starting to come under the wall. And I'm going, fucking hell, this thing's not really warming up because the colours on the bikes aren't right. And I'm thinking, fucking hell, that's been on a while now. That should be warmed up. I'm thinking, fuck, my projector shit itself. The red must have gone out of it.
Yeah.
But it didn't. I didn't realise because I wasn't really looking at the laptop. The Ducatis had changed colours on their bikes. Or the Lenovo Ducatis had changed colours and they got black bikes now. Well, they weren't black. They were like a really dark red, like a real burgundy red. But I thought my projector had shit.
That's all it had taken.
And I didn't know why they changed. So because I hadn't seen none of the pre-show. I just fast forwarded it to the warm-up lap. I didn't hear nothing, and they never said anything to it through the race. So I don't actually know why they changed colours. But the VR46 team also changed colours on their bike. But they didn't go dark or anything like that. They went really bright. They had like white, pink, and blue, and they're normally like just a bright yellow bike.
Yeah, they look pretty good. The white, pink, and the especially the white, pink, and black usually looks awesome.
They were nice looking bikes. I couldn't understand. That was how I actually realised that my projector was actually okay.
Right. Yeah,
because I seen their bikes. I was like, oh, theirs are different too. I was like, maybe they are wearing black because Marc Marquez changed. His helmet was black in that as well when it's normally red.
yeah.
Anyway. It was a good race. Mark ended up winning. It was a good race the first few laps. Him and his teammate Pecco were bumping into each other and shit. It was good. It's a good spot to pass Mugello. Lots of S bends, so lots of change in direction. So, yeah, entertaining race.
Yeah, a bit of a MotoGP, especially the Moto 3. I reckon they're probably the most exciting part of it.
Yeah,
like,
and Moto 2. Moto 2 is sort of the same.
Like, the speed of the Moto 1 bikes, the GP bikes. Like,
yeah,
they're awesome. But I love the.
I think it shows how hard a GP bike is to actually ride.
Yep.
Like they're that much power and sort of light and nimble. You can't get away with any little mistakes. If you have a little mistake, you're fucked. You're in the dirt.
Yeah,
Where
the
Moto 3
little
bike
bikes
there,
are a lot easier to ride. Yeah,
and you got to be a bit more physical with a GP bike, like actually move the fucking bike around. Where, the Moto 3 ones you don't really have to do that because there's like Remy Gardner, for instance. He won like I think it was the Moto 2 World Championship, and then the year after that moved to Moto GP, and was nowhere. Couldn't get anywhere, and then now he's riding superbikes, like still in the world stage, but he's riding superbikes because he couldn't handle a GP bike. It's got me amazed at how Casey Stoner could handle a GP bike because he was a tiny little bloke.
Oh, was he?
Yeah, not many people probably met him in person live, but he's a small fella. He's not very.
He'd be shorter than us, wouldn't he?
Oh yeah, shit yeah. But for someone that little to throw like a a big bike like that around. Yeah, that's pretty impressive.
Yeah. Well, there was something special about him anyway.
Oh yeah,
It's a
100%.
shame he ended up with that fatigue fucking thing.
Yeah, yeah.
Otherwise, he would have been gone for years.
Yeah, that's shit.
I think he had the attitude of, if you can get in, if you can win a couple, fucking you've done it
I've
anyway,
had
get
enough,
out
yeah.
anyway.
He still does a bit of training and stuff with them, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think he does a lot of test riding. He's I think there's a documentary coming out on Netflix very soon about Casey and his time
Yeah, I
in
saw that come up.
MotoGP.
Yeah.
But he's done
loves
some,
his fishing too.
he tried to go four wheels as well. He tried to jump into supercar.
Yeah, I was racing the Super 2 series.
Yeah, he did a couple of test runs in the Red Bull
Yep.
888 cars when
Yeah, right.
yeah, Jamie Whincup and that was driving him. He wasn't too far behind there at times at the test track. So
Yeah, it was quick.
The
obviously
fatigue
it
would have
would've
to
been
set into that too, you'd think.
yeah, that's probably obviously why he didn't end up going
Yeah.
through it.
He raced a series or two with the Moto 2, the Super 2. I know that he did because he knocked out someone else's seat.
Yeah, righto.
I think Scott
right.
Pyle was supposed to take the seat, and then when Casey Stoner got said that he wanted to have a steer,
Yeah, yeah,
Scotty Pyle lost his seat and he got somewhere else.
yeah,
Yeah,
right.
right.
Yeah, he must have been talking about Scott Pyle must have been talking about that on his podcast earlier this week.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. Anyway, so we'll head on to Laidley.
Mm.
So Thursday night, me and Udo are going to head up to Queensland.
Oh yeah,
I reckon it's going to be a bit of a late night run. The night time we'll get up there.
we're used to that though.
Standard.
As long as we get up there, it doesn't matter, does
It'll
it?
be like early as in the morning by the time you get there.
Yeah, for sure.
Pack,
Daylight.
pack the car full of piss. No,
Yeah.
it won't be that late.
Nah.
10 what time Hayden finishes here, yeah.
Depends on what time a boss man can let me go.
If you don't finish here, it'll say 4. It's getting
I'll
up
have
to
everything
Walmsley's
you-
at 6. Getting back here to
Yep.
4, getting up there. You'll be out there till 6:30.
Yeah.
And then it's 8 hour-ish, 9 hour drive.
I would have thought
Not
it'd be
from
8
up
hours
there,
from
wouldn't
here.
it? Yeah, it's
8 or
only
9
Oh,
hours
no,
from
I
here.
think they said
yeah, it's only like 6 or 7 from up there.
7. But they're telling the van, aren't you?
No,
Oh, you're not telling the van?
nah, we're just winging it. Hopefully, one of our mates has got a spare bed.
So I'm wrong. From here to Laidley Showgrounds is 10.5 hours.
Yeah.
Good luck to us. That'll be right.
So I thought they said it was 8 hours from
Yeah.
up there, yeah. So that's
Yeah, still not
early
bad.
hours in the morning, yeah. No different to me leaving tomorrow night to go to Melbourne Coles.
Yeah, whatever.
We'll be right. Pack the car full of piss and
Yep.
do an all-nighter.
Head up there.
Fucking oath.
It's not like we haven't done it before.
No, and won't be the last time either.
At least you're not leaving straight from the pub this time.
Just after
to,
we,
to drive 13 hours.
just after we monoed some 50s through some bush.
Where was that at?
The first time we went
Where'd you just go the first time?
was the first time we went to Laidley, I think. Was it? It must have
Nah, it wasn't Laidley.
been. Yeah, it was Laidley. We were definitely going to Laidley. Me and his brother, we were out at one of the nightclubs in Newcastle, and we knew the next morning we were going to Laidley.
Yeah.
It was Laidley because it was a one-day thing. Anyway, our mate Dave. So me and Brendan were staying at Mum and Dad's place, and Dave was coming to pick me, Brendan, and Dad up, and we'll go and Laidley at like at 3 a.m. to get there.
Putting the boat on the back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
to get there early hours in the morning.
Yep.
Anyway, me and Brendan had gone out to the nightclub, and we're like, fuck, we should go home now. So we go home. We go to Joel and Brendan's nan's, who's not too far from my mum and dad's place. Brendan grabbed his bag and shit, and we also jumped on his little
CRS 50.
CR50 and fanged it through the bush because the bush is heaps quicker than going the roadway. We didn't even leave your nan's driveway, and we'd already fucking backflipped it. And I was on the fucking ground because Brendan wasn't used to riding with someone on the back. And then anyway, we'd ride it all the way to fucking Dad's place, park it out the back, go in. By the time we lay down in bed, David rocked up.
Yep, they were ready to go.
Righto, we'll just pile in the car. Get a phone call like halfway up there the next day from fucking mum. Whose bike's out the back? Whose bike have you fucking stolen? Like, we haven't stolen any bikes, mum. That's Brennan's bike. We rode it there last night. Anyway.
We got picked up by Drew pick us up one time from the commercial?
Nah, Drew picked us up from Warners Bay Tavern, and we're going to Yarrawonga.
No, it must have been another time then. We were
That-
going to Nagambie.
Oh yeah, when was that one? I don't remember.
That was a one-off.
Yeah, one-off thing from Nagambie, but I'm sure Drew picked us up from a pub that time too.
Yeah, probably.
Did an all-nighter.
We've done it plenty of times. You're in safe hands, Hayden.
Yeah, no, not fast.
Seasoned veteran. especially Andrew, just let him drive. He's good at it.
Yeah, no, I'm happy to leave him drive. Especially sitting in the back of an F-150, I don't reckon that's going to be too bad.
She's definitely roomy.
Yeah,
If you're in the back, you got the fridge. You're on
You gotta
fucking
reach
beer
out.
duty.
that is
Reach out
fine
through
for me.
The back window opens
Yep,
out of the fridge.
no, that's fine. Anyway, so I've been speaking to Stewie and Crystal, and they've gotten some information down to us. Practice for all the boats, then on the Friday. Practice for all boats, then NDC hot laps, and then they'll have the NDC round 1. So there'll be like race 1, race 2, race 3 of the first round. That'll be Friday. Then round 2 will be Saturday morning, and then an NDC drivers session at lunchtime.
Signing session.
What did I say?
Session.
Yeah, words are hard. And then they'll have the signing session at lunch, and then on the Sunday they'll have the final round just before lunch, and they'll also have a Queensland Cup run in the afternoon there as well.
I've run in that Queensland Cup before. So have you too, Joel.
I fucked that one up.
I run second. I run second with a little 5 litre.
That 5 litre was not a shitbox. That was a
That's-
bloody.
Oh,
quick boat.
it was pretty average.
No, it was pretty
Which
good.
one was that one?
Quick trip.
Bowen's one?
Yeah, I think it would have been.
Yeah, right. I raced with the other one.
Yeah, no, you've done a fair few races.
Yeah,
with
you
that.
did. Yeah, you raced with the other one.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was an average. I made it look good.
It's all you reckon.
No, it was a good, fun little boat. That when I got second in the Queensland Cup, I had some serious competition up there. Damien McKenzie in the Formula One boat, Troy Marlin in Madness,
Yeah, that would have been
Brent Lewis
exciting
in
in
Decision.
the little quick
the
trip boat.
homebrew boys.
That was first year.
Yeah, that was first year, and I nearly didn't go in the race because Dad didn't want to let me because it was the tiny little 15-foot 5 litre against big blown boats and whatever. I was like, Dad, I'll be sweet. I'll just go in the heat. I've drawn a pretty good heat. I'll just go in the heat, and it'll just another race under my belt. Anyway, I smoked the heat, won the heat, knocked off the other F1 boats and shit, and I think I qualified fourth for the final. So I think Madness obviously qualified 1. Damien McKenzie was 2. Homebrew was 3. I was 4. And I think Brent Lewis was like 5 or something. No, I was further than that. I was 3. I think Madness qualified outside somewhere.
He elected outside.
He might have elected outside maybe. Yeah. Anyway, I went in the first corner. And the race before, because I've been racing 5 litre all weekend on my own. Well, against some other boats up there, but I was sort of out in front of my own pretty well. So the race before I was going in the Queensland Cup final was a 5 litre race, and I was going around trying to turn corners like fast in pole 3 and 4.
You knew where you were going to be in the next race.
I knew where I was going to be, so I was trying to turn fast in pole 3 and 4 the whole race to try and get my head around it and get the boat set right. And that all went out the window as soon as I went down the first chute in the Queensland Cup because they were all sort of in front of me, and I just went, oh, fuck it, bang, straight up the inside. And then, Mackenzie and Madness were in front, and I got in front of the homebrew boat. And, Madness ended up stopping a lap and a half in. So I went past him, and I finished second to Mackenzie.
That's bloody cool.
That's fucking sick. I love it. Lots of fun. I love the Queensland Cup.
Open deck against
Up there
blowers.
too. I don't think it's not there where they run it. They run another little 5 litre trophy race up there, but I can't remember what it's called. I think it's like the Northern Shield or something like that. I don't know whether they're still going to run that on the weekend. There's not too many 5 litre boats around these days, so
There's none running up there.
probably doesn't really
Adam's run
happen.
up there in trouble, but he's running under the 105 banner.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're not got a class for.
Why doesn't he
5
run in
litres.
6 litre?
Well, I'd say they put him in that Cole Sweet
Oh yeah.
that I
Yeah.
run against.
Yep. Yeah.
He's running as well.
Yeah. Okay.
They're running a Northern Shield, but they're running that under 105,
Yeah,
which is
they
usually sort of what happens when
maybe
when
they
a-
changed it.
an
Yeah.
engine class sort of falls over. 105 boat usually gets it. 105 class usually gets it.
Yeah. Pretty
then
keen to go Laidley because it's a cool track. So when I did that too, that was the very first year
oval.
Laidley had ever run, and it was like your standard oval track.
Mhm.
It was just a bit shorter, and the milling area before the start was really small, and you didn't get much of a chance to quickly. You had to quickly line your boat up with the start flag
Which would have been easy
before
for
it dropped.
your boat
Well, not really,
compared to the big boats though.
it dropped. Well, yeah, probably. The main problem was it didn't drop square to the track, so it dropped like it was at a 45 to the track,
Mhm.
and you had to turn right to come onto the track.
Jesus.
So yeah, that was so they dropped the flag, and you'd hit the throttle, and then you'd have to swing it right to get it to go down the fucking
Yeah, that'd
main
be
straight.
rough.
It's still not that much different when I run the other year. It's not quite as bad, but you're still not 100% square to the track.
Yeah, well, it'd be a lot better.
It's a
'cause
lot better because it's a
The
bit
straights
shorter.
are obviously a lot shorter
Yeah,
because
so you got
they
a bit
the
more time to
triangle
line
going.
Triangle, yeah.
Yeah.
The triangle's fun though.
But it's still in that milling area. If you're not on the ball and know you've just got to go into that milling area following someone and don't stop following them
Yeah.
Yep.
and just keep doing that loop because it's just that small and you just can't fucking stop.
Yeah, as soon as you slow down, someone else is
Yeah,
behind you.
I was fucking onto it and you're fucking pushing your fucking cab pedal down to.
Because rough as
see.
guts, yeah.
Well, it's not too bad in the rough. It's just because you're going at that speed. You
Yep.
can't quite. You can see, but you just want to see a little bit more. But you definitely got to be on your toes.
Yeah. They're also running a Coastal Cup. That's for the 25 550s.
Yep.
And the Lockyer Trophy, that's for the 6 litre.
Yep.
So hopefully that gets to run all those big trophies as well.
There's a few 6 litres going on. I've
Three
seen.
of them, Rustus,
Saw
Image, and
Omen's
Sick.
going
So Craig must have built a new boat.
Oh yeah, that'd be nice.
He's running the 6 litre, and Brent Lewis is running his, so they're not sharing a boat.
Sweet.
Very good.
So that'll be good. Those three will have some good racing, I reckon.
But I heard Craig was putting a blowing thing together.
Eventually,
I don't know if it's ready yet or not.
Yeah,
but
he's been working on it for a little
been
bit.
working for him for a long time. Yeah,
Just
Yeah.
probably taking his time, making sure she's sweet before
he's
he
been
does
doing
it.
a lot of boat work for everyone.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Like he said, Mal McCall's boat's still there.
He doesn't muck around, Craig.
No.
He fucking works hard.
Yeah.
I think he put a. Was he putting the cell in Haymaker?
Yeah, he was.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah. I think he's done a couple others. He did Adams as well,
Yep.
and a few other ones, and helped Royce out with
Yeah, I've heard that.
odds and ends,
Yeah. Good
sorting
shit.
that out.
That's with the Mayhem boat.
Yeah. So yeah, he's definitely not fucking slacking off.
So what's our prediction for the NDC?
I'm going Connor.
Yeah, I was going to say I'm struggling with the predictions. I'm probably bad to ask because I want to see Late On just dominate just because of the connection with Brett. But I think the little boats are going to probably have a better chance up there on that little track, like the triangle.
I think you'd be surprised. I think the big boats will do all right, but I think people that have been there and run on the triangle track will be an advantage.
Which is where I'm sort of thinking.
Who's run up there?
Well,
out of the
Lath
line?
I know Gouchy has.
Brown in the convict boat, so he does.
Yeah,
he
he
does
has
it up
too.
there a lot, and he's very
he was there when I
consistent.
run. Yeah.
He's real consistent, so I reckon Lath will probably be all right.
Yeah. I didn't think about him.
So we've got Convict going, Lay It On, She's a Culprit, Odin, Unfinished Business, Mayhem, B&R Engines, Supernova, Turn It Up, Bad Influence, Immortal, Decision, Destiny, and Addicted.
Yeah, Bad Influence has been around there a few times as well.
Like I
Back
reckon
in the
that's pretty
Blame
good
Light
lineup.
Oh yeah.
Good lineup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still
think-
reckon Connor will do it.
It'd be better
Well,
if the
it's hard
Fury
to go.
boat was
It's
in
hard
there
to
as
go
well.
past Connor. The only reason I'm knocking him down a peg or two is only because he hasn't been there and run around that triangle track, and it is a different thing to get your head around. I don't
Yeah,
care what
it's
anybody
just-
says.
yeah.
It's something that you've got to really think about.
Mm.
In practice,
and the
practice
guys
you
that
can-
have done it. The only I'm probably going to lean more towards Quinny,
Yeah, righto.
only because he's
done
been
it
there.
before.
He's been there and done it, and his boat is probably very similar to the one that he's ran there before.
Yep.
Where Immortal, it's the same boat, but
Lots
they
has
got a
changed.
fair bit more power into that
Yeah.
than what they did when they were up there doing it, because they were only doing sort of the blown light thing. I know Quinny's isn't a blown light anymore, but
Still a small block.
it's still got similar kind of attributes where Gauchi's gone to the big block. There's a fair bit more power. He's got a wing and stuff on it now.
Yep.
Whether the boat handles the same around that track or not is yet to be seen. So I would have to probably lay me money on Quinny, I reckon.
Yeah.
Righto.
As long as the boat survives, like the engine's all happy and it has no dramas.
With you saying they get their head around the triangle track, you can go out there and practice all day Friday and be sweet. Yeah, we've got this dialed.
First race.
First
Goes
race,
out
it
the
just
window.
goes out the fucking window.
Because you're so used to
You're
racing.
so used to
on
go
Dargle.
fucking boom, got to turn.
Yep.
I did it. Went boom. Oh fuck, hang on, got to turn back here.
Yeah, that'd be my prediction. I'm gonna say. I'm gonna stick with the little boats, like you said. I'm gonna say Quinny 1, Immortal 2, and I'll go Connor for 3rd.
Does it rough up?
A little bit, but not bad.
Yeah, not bad.
Because I sort of
It's
see.
got good bank.
I sort of see before.
Yeah,
with
the
that
banks
triangle,
are
Banks
rocks,
rolled.
rocks as well, so
Yep.
it sort of
The,
dissipates.
Dissipates
Yeah.
it.
the front straight's all just rolled bank, like it's just
Mhm.
washes up.
with the triangle track, your corners obviously you're not turning back on yourself, so
No,
you could probably keep more speed up if you can get the corner right. Is
Yep.
that right?
yeah, I think you still got to back off similar.
I'm interested to see how they
How they
rule
start
and
the races?
enforce holding your lanes.
Yeah, that's not a bad point.
Yeah, that'll be hard.
Because
I'm hoping he's got drones above the. No,
Yeah,
I'm pretty
but
sure he
it's-
has.
even if you have drones, so
Got to have fucking.
even arcs are quite an odd thing. Sounds weird, but if you're coming down the main straight, you've got to turn 60 degrees and go straight again around a single buoy turn. There's no arc around that. The arc is the one
Mhm.
pin. So you've got to pretty much turn 60 degrees on the spot and then go again. You can't turn that corner into an arc
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
because then what point of the corner is the start? What point of the corner is the finish? Before you can start changing lanes. Like if you start turning that triangle into a circle, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
You start turning that triangle into a circle. Where does the
that
start?
big arc's wide.
Where does the start and the corner start and finish at the corner? Start and finish.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll find out when we get there.
Well, we're going to find out on, say, I reckon, Friday afternoon, I reckon we'll have a fair idea on who's going to be sort of where.
Yeah, I don't. I think it'll be fine. I don't think you'll have any issues. But I was just interested to see how they rule on that because like there's some places that have 2 buoy corners as well, and you can't have an even arc around those corners because an even arc on around a 2 buoy corner is 1 90-degree turn straight and another 90-degree turn. You can't arc that corner. You can only arc when you've got
Three boys,
three
and one
boys,
boy.
or more than 3 boys.
Yeah, it's
Anyway,
a good
that's
point.
a whole can of worms to open
Yeah,
up.
yeah, it is. But I'm just interested to see how it goes on the triangle.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, it should be a good weekend. I'll be watching Saturday.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I won't be. So you got no live
There's
stream.
no live stream, no.
Oh, spew.
So that's fucked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
we're going to sit there and bet.
And
In
no,
the
we
shed.
had to go.
You can still bet.
I'll be ringing you.
Oh, I won't answer me phone.
Oh well, fuck. We'll have to go to the pub and bet on the horses. What a shame.
I'm surprised Mal didn't want to go up there.
No, they go out there every year. This time,
Mm.
same weekend every year. Go and do some pest control. And we're the pests.
You are this weekend. Yeah, so good luck to the McCall family for this weekend dealing with these peanuts.
There's a few fellas going out there. Lockie,
Oh, yeah?
Bales, Butler.
You'll have some fun.
Yeah, I reckon it'll be...
I've never been in
Good
there,
fun.
but everyone I've spoken to has been in there. It's never been not fun.
No, it's fucking awesome. It's, ever since Easter, I've been keen as to get back up there and go shooting again. So yeah. Anyways, we'll get into some guest questions.
We got a couple, do we?
We have one from Tony Sheargold.
Tony.
Hey guys, and Hayden, loving the podcast, and thanks Haydo for putting it on to me at Dargle weekend there. That was really good. I don't really have a question, more of just a couple of ideas. I'd love to hear you talk about the Spirit of Australia 2 attempt to get the record, and maybe even chase up Dave Warby for an interview. I know he's a Taree regular, but yeah, thanks very much, and I hope this has been quiet enough for you, so there's no reason to put shit on me. Thanks, fellas. See you later.
Nice.
I wonder what that was at the end, whether he was riding a bike or ringing a bell.
Dinging the bell for Mrs. to bring him another beer.
Might have been shaking the ice in his empty cup.
No, it was good having
Thanks, Tony.
a couple of drinks with Tony around the fire at Dargle.
Yeah. But that'd be a pretty interesting conversation.
I've been and watched it run.
Oh, yeah, you have too, eh? Only once or a couple times?
Only once.
Yeah.
We went down for Father's Day.
Down to Blaring Dam.
Down to Blaring. I'm going to say 18 maybe. Yeah, I think maybe 2018.
Yeah, right, so that's a fair while ago.
And yeah, they got a lot of very intelligent people helping them,
Yep.
but no boat racing people.
Yeah, but they're not really boat
you probably don't
racing
really
though.
need that.
I think you do, because they're just doing. When I was there, they would have changed it by now. They're doing little weird things. So they had on the inside of the tunnel, they had little fins type deals, and they're just bolted to the outside, not recessed, not nothing,
Yeah, okay.
and they were bending them.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so the water pressure, because they're doing. I think they got to 200
Yeah.
miles. So
But it's funny, like he's chasing this big number. What was his number?
317.
yeah, 317, I think.
So then you think, okay, well, 200 is nowhere near 317, right? 200 mile an hour is still freaking quick.
It doesn't
get-
even
in
look
testing.
fast.
You got to work up to that, though.
Yeah,
Yeah,
And
no, I
he's
understand
doing,
that.
he's doing it the
he's
right
doing
way.
it 100% the right way.
I reckon that's why a lot of people have come unstuck trying to do it, because they get to a point and they think, yeah, this can do it, and they just get into it.
Well, I think the boat is designed to fly, to start having a little bit of lift at about 350.
Yeah, right.
Christ. So he's going hard for it.
Yeah, not to beat it, but just you can't have the boat fly
Yeah.
because you get
Yeah,
just a wrong little bit of
If,
condition. It'll
if
just
it's
go.
going to start
just
to fly at
pop.
350, you pull it up at, say, 340, something like that.
Yeah,
Like
well,
that's
that-
still
that'd be the
bloody
idea.
fast.
Yeah. In saying that too, there's not really. He can probably afford to take his time because it's only his old man's record that he's going to beat.
Yeah. Who
Where
else is
people
gonna try?
from other countries and stuff, they would be on a time schedule. You know, if they start to get too old or whatever, they can't do it no more.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
he's like he doesn't really have to beat the record for it to stay in his family.
Yeah, well, that's true too. But
No.
I don't know about who's still backing him. I know J
Ray
Car,
Tuckmarine?
yeah, RTM and
Yep.
J Car, same dude.
Yeah.
He was sponsoring him, and a few other little bits and pieces. But yeah, I
He'll
would
get
be,
there.
I would be
At that-
keen.
At those kind of speeds, you don't have to change too much for it to change the boat a lot.
That's a lot. That's right.
So yeah,
Oh, look, it's been interesting to watch his progression, but obviously you just sort of leave him alone to. You can't
They stopped
push
that.
him to keep going better. Like
yeah.
they're chasing that anyway, but like when you go and watch them, it's probably going to be pretty boring to go and watch because
It is because you're watching one run.
Yeah, testing's hard work.
Yeah.
I think they stopped advertising a lot,
Mhm.
like because they were getting a decent crowd there. Like there's a fair few people when we went.
Yep.
Yeah, because people are rocking up there thinking they're going to
Go
break
and
the record
watch.
today,
Yeah,
and they're only going to do 200
and they just
miles an
do. Oh yeah, we're just going to get to this fast, and then we'll just get to that fast. And yeah, so they've got a program, and it's just taking a while. They can go there and it'll be blown out.
hour.
Yeah, and then the whole weekend's
that's another
done.
thing.
It's not a small dam.
Yeah.
It's fucking huge.
Well, it couldn't be a small dam. That's probably why they take it to there.
Yeah,
That's
well, it's
right.
the only place you could run it.
Yeah,
And I don't know anywhere else you would be able to.
You can't just run her at Windsor.
No,
No.
even when they do it at Taree, it's like pointless. It's just
Yeah.
just a show
That's
thing.
just
Yeah,
a
that's right.
display. Yeah.
I remember years ago at a Taree Easter event, and I remember Ken having his thing. He just
Yeah.
went out there and just did a couple of. That was it. Like
I
just-
remember that because I remember one of the guys that was helping you out with the boat. He was one of the engine specialist.
yeah.
He was talking to us at the Salos after
Mhm.
the meeting, and he was saying it's so dumb him running that boat here because all he's doing is ruining those jet engines. We'll have to replace that engine
Yeah,
like
wow.
this week because the water that goes through that thing, because it's so slow and it turns and it goes again,
Mhm.
the water that goes through it just ruins that engine. So he said
Yeah, right.
every time they ran it at Tyree, they were replacing engines.
The brackish
Oh,
water
shit.
there wouldn't help them either.
Yeah, that was probably the main part of it.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Yeah, look,
you need to get in
our
contact with Dave and
The-
ski boat style
The
stuff's a
best,
bit
the best
easier.
thing that we'd have in our hands to know is they've got to apply to the APBA before they do it.
Is it the APBA they got to go to, or,
Yep.
or like an
No,
official
which-
timing thing?
And then that applies through like UIM and all that sort of stuff. But the APBA's got to give them the sanction.
oh, do they?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
So is it better off to do it at like a Kylo event?
You couldn't do it at Kylo. We're
No.
nowhere near fast enough.
Yeah.
No, any long a Kylo's
No
no long
lead up.
enough. Yeah,
Even like Raymond Terrace has got the biggest lead up Kylo around, and you wouldn't even come close to being the distance.
yeah, and I'm saying, would they have to run a Kylo
It is a
set
Kylo.
up down there?
It is a Kylo setup.
Yeah, so they went to Blowering Dam.
Yeah, it's a full setup course.
Yeah, that's right. That's what
yeah.
I'm saying. Like
Yeah,
it'd
so
be
they've
like
set when Ken done it years and years ago. They would have set the course.
but it's over a kilometre, isn't it?
Yeah,
the
as
time
far as I
section.
know,
The time
Yeah.
section is
Yeah.
Yeah, so they'd have to set up that kilometre length somewhere on that track.
No, it's surveyed in, same as every Kylo track around.
Yeah, but they've got to have a set up on the bank. They've got to have officials there timing.
Yes.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yes,
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying. Like you've got to have the APBA there for the timing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So we're in the know of when
we
it's gonna
know when
happen.
it's going to happen. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's got to be applied for.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it'd be good to
If you've
go
got
to
a,
TV. It's just a long way to go.
if Tony's got a contact for Dave, let us know.
Last time I spoke to Dave was when Ken bought Dad's boat and he took it over to America,
Oh yeah.
and Dad was going to go over and do a couple of runs in the GN class. That just fell over. I think Dad got not sick when he got sick, but Dad just something was going on and it just didn't happen. And I'd always thought that would have been friggin' awesome to see Dad jump in his boat, like his old
Yeah.
boat,
Yeah.
over in America. That would have been sick. But yeah, that's the last
can
time I
remember
spoke to Dave.
Dave crashing a hydroplane at Toronto. Do you remember that, Joe?
No.
He didn't really crash it. I think it was just hooking down the first straight, and I can't remember if a rudder broke or the turn fin broke, and it just hooked across the field. Did a big flat spin across in front of everybody.
Yeah, shit.
I do vaguely remember
was-
a boat doing that.
I was
didn't
pretty
know it
young
was
then. I
Dave.
can't remember what the boat was called. But
Yeah,
yeah,
right. I think Dad had a contact for him for some reason with whatever he was organised in with through the yacht club and that, because that's
yeah.
the Toronto Yacht Club was where they were. Must they members of it or?
Well, you can get the details.
Some- I'll have to ask him next time I talk to him.
Right, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, thanks for your question. Anyway, we'll endeavour to look more into it, I suppose. What have you got in front of me, Hayden?
Well, we got the HSG pit crew. There's been a fair bit going on this week. A bit more content. Nathan Mills put up a rotary in a tunnel boat. So someone had built a KT a few years ago. I think it was something not Mr. Mac, something else. So I'd never seen it. I'm chasing someone to get me some videos of it running. But yeah, KT rotary in a tunnel boat's something I'd never heard of. Couple more sprint car bits from Tommy Butlin and some old school racing videos from Laidley. Stuart Arthie's missus put them up through
yeah.
last week.
Any of me in there?
There probably is.
Oh, other than that.
No, we'll have a look. Anyway,
I haven't been in there. I've been too busy.
Same.
it has been good though. There's been a bit of content come through. People getting around it.
Yeah, if you want to post in there, get in there, get around it.
I've been seeing Bisho sharing a fair bit of HSG
Yeah,
stuff.
Bisho's been all over it lately.
Mm.
So has Scott Lambert. He's been sharing our bits and pieces around.
The more we get out, the more we can talk about.
Oh, we're going to meme of the week, eh?
Meme of the week.
Yeah, off you go, Michael. What do you got?
Oh, I've got Hayden's one first. I'll play it.
So this starts with a bloke in like a rough bloke in a pub, then over like a weedy bloke.
Righto, here we go.
Excuse me, mate.
Thanks for the drink, bud. And I can't stand seeing a grown man cry.
This is the worst day of my life. I can't do anything right. I woke up late and I missed an important meeting, so my boss fired me. And then I walk out of the parking lot and my car is stolen and I don't have any insurance. Oh, great, laugh it up. I left my wallet in the cab on the ride home. And then I find my wife in bed with the gardener. Now, I try to work up the courage to come to this bar and just end my life, and you go ahead and you drink the damn poison. What?
I might come
Wow.
and flog his drink and he's just fucking poisoned you.
Oh, that was long-winded to get to that one.
Yeah, got there in the end. I was a bit dry on the memes this week.
I haven't got any.
Don't you? Don't you even have one?
Nah.
You suck. I've got a backlog of heaps. Some of them are a bit long-winded, so I'll try and play a short one.
Hello, officer. Is everything okay?
Hello, ma'am. Is this your husband?
Yes, it is.
It looks like your husband was hit by a bus.
I know, but it's not about looks. He has a great personality.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, I don't think the long-winded one really worked that well. It was funny when I was watching it, but then when you play it in this sort of situation, it just changes it. No good.
Yeah. Oh, we'll wrap her up for tonight. Considering you beat me here to my own house tonight.
Yep.
We're on the piss before you even got
I
it.
know. Fucking busy. All right, so don't forget to send your questions in to the High Speed Garage podcast at gmail.com. Starting to get a bit of a roll up. If you keep that happening, it's pretty good. Find us on the socials, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Keep cracking on with the HSD Pit Crew page or group, whatever it is. And yeah, starting to get some good traction on that. So yeah. All right, we'll catch you later.
Have a good night.
See us.